Hello, my name is Virgil, and this is Literally Books, and today I want to talk about Agents of Dreamland from 2017 by Kiernan. This is a weird fiction story. I'm not certain if this falls into novella or short novel territory, but it's right there on that line probably. I in my most recent trip to the library sale, I saw this and I had already read it and meant to review it, just hadn't done it yet. I thought, ooh, I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up, and did. And it was great. I think I got this for $1, right? Great stuff. I didn't realize that there was like somebody hit it with a knife by accident. It was so. I just got to tape that. Anyhow, so this was recommended to me, I believe, by someone in the comment section, I think, of the like weird books that I own, like 6 weird books that I own, or something like that. I can't remember what the title of that video was. But anyways, I can link it. I hate it. Like, I always forget. Then I do it like 2 days later. I'm like, well, hopefully nobody got annoyed. But they recommended this book and this writer, and I'd never read anything by her, and so I tried this out. The tone of the book is something like The X-Files or True Detective, maybe. To me, the first thing that came that I felt like it was very close to is something like Delta Green, if you know what Delta Green is. It felt very much informed by that, or maybe the other way. No, I guess informed by that, because this is 2017. Delta Green has been around for a long time, which essentially is Lovecraftian horror meets like the X-Files. Okay, and that's essentially is the sort of setup or the sort of tone that this novel takes. A modern setting, modern organization dealing with a Lovecraftian type horror. And this one is directly referencing something Lovecraftian. I would also say a comparison would probably be like Vandermeer's Annihilation. Although I've not read that, I have seen the movie. I know that's not the same, but it's okay. But I would say that if you enjoyed that, then this might be something to look into. I don't know that it's quite the same. Because for one, I think it almost directly links itself to Lovecraftian horrors. But I think it has a really good modern take to it, and I really liked the writing style in this book. This is part of a series as well. I want to say it's like the series is called like The Black Helicopters or something like that, but I could be wrong about that. Great writing. It starts off with this guy who we only know as the Signalman, and he has experienced something, and he's confused about it, and he meets this very unusual woman who he has kind of like he really doesn't want to talk to. He's sort of like, he's part of an agency, and he's communicating with her about what happened, and she's sort of they're sort of passing information back and forth, more or less, at this very remote location. And there's a sense of like this impending doom, right? All linked to this very strange cult, and there's sort of this thing that they're trying to get to happen. They're trying to ascend to the next level. And there's great ties to like some older things that had happened. What I felt like is almost a snippet of a Lovecraft story, but which is not a Lovecraft story, but something that the writer has written herself. And then some ties into an old movie and everything that just made all that stuff super creepy and wonderful, and I loved it. Ties to strange things that go on in the animal kingdom, and obvious ties to a Lovecraftian creation that I don't want to spoil. Love the tone of this book. I really enjoy the writing, which I thought was great. This story is, I would not say that the story is complete per se, and what I mean by that is that it ends, but you have a lot of questions at the end. It feels like there's things that haven't been answered, so you would want to go forward. And I think this might be almost like an introductory work, and I'm not certain if the other books in this series are all of the same length. I don't remember. I want to say they might be a little longer, but I could be wrong about that. So you get a story, you get a really great, I would say you get like almost like a really good season of a show, right? But the season ends, and now you want to see the second season. That's sort of the tone, I think, of the ending, or I think that's appropriate, or a really good like 2-hour special, right? Movie to get you to draw into a series. I don't know how many books are in the series. I think, have I said that? Probably. If you like Lovecraftian stuff, this is good. Great weird fiction, right? Modern weird fiction. I just love it. I would totally read more by Kiernan. And looking at the back of the book, she has won numerous awards. So let's give you a little list here. And here's a picture. I love when they give a picture of the writer. You know what? I mean, I really appreciate when we get a writer's picture. Don't you? We don't always have to have it, but I love it. I just love seeing it. You know, it's like I don't know. I'm never going to meet these people on the street, but I like to think that if I did, I'd be like, hey, you're so-and-so. It's probably never going to happen, right? Geographically, I do not live in a place where I meet people. I would meet someone like that unless I went to an event. She won numerous awards, 2 World Fantasy Awards. That's pretty impressive. 2 Bram Stoker Awards and a James Tiptree Jr. Award. That is fantastic. I would love to read some more of this. Fantastic recommendation. Just great stuff all around. So I'm definitely interested in pursuing this more. I love to get a taste. I love when we get a taste of a writer's style and a story that's where they kind of have a little room to breathe, right? A longer short story or a novella is I think is awesome. It's so nice to be able to recommend that sort of thing to somebody and say, here's something to try. And then if you don't like it or whatever, you didn't have to commit a lot of your time. And if you do, you know that there's a lot of longer works to look forward to. So fantastic recommendation. Thank you very much to the person who recommended it. Who I don't remember. I don't remember who. I get so many good recommendations, honestly. I've gotten so many good recommendations in like the past year or something that it's crazy. Like if I could just do just from right now for another year, I could just read recommendations and I would not have exhausted that supply by the end of this year and to have read amazing stuff. Finishing up currently in my life, the 4th book of the New Sun, The Citadel of the Autarch. That's great. Probably make a video or two, at least one or two, of my own before Chris and I get together and we do a longer deep dive, which is going to be a great time. It's going to be so much fun, right? Something so worth looking forward to. Reading light at the end. I've been putting my time into Citadel, and that's a slower read for me, right? I've even been going, reading a section, and like finishing a section and going back and rereading it. And that's such a rewarding experience. Light at the end, I'm moving very slowly through. I don't want to say that meandered, but I think it's now at about a third really starting to get its hooks into me a little bit more. So I like that. We're going to see how that turns out. I'm interested. You know, I've heard mixed things about it, but in general, I think the writing is good. In general, I like the writing, so that's good. We're going to see what the story does. And then I'm also chipping away at Hubie Cave's Morgenstern collection. So I've reviewed the story Morgenstern, but the rest of that collection, I'm reading that, and that's pretty great. Hopefully have some other stuff going on here for the impending season of spookiness, right? Every year I'm like, oh, I'll start, and I start in October, and it's like, whoop, it's already, that ship has sailed. It's like it's November, middle of November before I'm like, next year. So this year, starting soon, I'm going to have this stuff ready. Maybe we're hoping it'd be cool if we could get the other, the third book that the three of us from Secret Society read have planned, if we can get that read and out the door before the All Hallows Eve, right? We'll see. It's a hope. That's it. That's all. There is probably something else that I'm forgetting. Oh, Bob and I. Yeah. Bob from Wheel of Genre, right? He does have a last name. His last name is not Wheel of Genre, by the way. Just so you know, I checked. His legal last name is not that. We're doing that Avram Davidson Podcast Universe stuff. We've got one episode out. I know we have another one that we recorded shortly after that. I don't believe that's out yet. We've recorded 2 more episodes that are also out. So there's at least 2, but probably 3 episodes that aren't out when you see this. And we have plans to record another 1 or 2 episodes. It's going to be so great. We're hoping to get people that we already interact with on BookTube over there to talk about Avram Davidson's work. Something that we're both really excited about and just think is such good stuff. And I think that it's going to be fun to get people who have heard of him or maybe haven't to try him. you know? And I think there's lots of fun and interesting discussions that we can have about those works. So that'd be great. That's it. Like and subscribe. Helps very much. I'm done. I got things to do tonight, this evening. So I'm going to go do them. Thank you very much.